We can see the existence of God in the basic structure of an atom, and also when atoms bond to form molecules. Let's start with some basic chemistry so we can understand the structure of an atom. The smallest particle of matter that can exist alone is known as an atom. Atoms are made of three particles known as protons, neutrons, and electrons. The protons and neutrons are in the nucleus of the atom. The electrons are found flying around the nucleus. The protons have a positive charge, the electrons have a negative charge, and the neutrons do not have a charge and are considered neutral. The law of electrostatics says that like charges repel and opposites attract. The electrons repelling each other creates movement, forming an electron cloud. The attraction of the protons in the nucleus keeps the electrons from flying away. The strong force, a law-breaking anomaly. The law of electrostatics says that like charges repel, and so protons should repel each other. This happening in the nucleus would blow the nucleus up, or in better terms, the nucleus couldn't exist in the first place. If there were no protons in the nucleus to hold the electrons in place, there would be no atoms. Without atoms, there would be no matter, and nothing could exist. Miraculously, there is a force in the nucleus to violate the law of electrostatics and overcome the repulsion of the protons. Scientists refer to the force that holds the protons together in the nucleus as the strong force. This law-breaking anomaly is a requirement for the existence of life and matter. When we see the purposeful arrangement of parts working together in unison, we see reasoning. The strong force existing in the nucleus of an atom to overcome the repulsion of the protons is planning. Seeing reasoning and planning in the atom is seeing the invisible God of Colossians 1:15. Valence electrons, the glue of life. For some unknown reason, the electrons are found at different distances from the nucleus, creating what is known as electron shells. This is an important factor for the combining of atoms because atoms gain or lose electrons in their outer shell as they interact with other atoms. They can also share the electrons in their outer shell. If an atom loses electrons, the atom becomes positively charged. The atom that gained the electrons becomes negatively charged and they stick or bond together. If the electrons are shared, a pattern of negative and positive charges is created as the electrons alternate between atoms. When two or more atoms have bonded together, a molecule has formed. If this molecule is made of atoms that are the same, it is known as an element. If it is made of atoms that are different, then it is called a compound. The electrons in the outer shell that are able to move from atom to atom are known as valence electrons. Scientists do not completely understand why atoms behave this way. If valence electrons didn't create electrostatic bonds, atoms could not stick together to form molecules, and life could not exist. What we see is a design for the formation of molecules, and a design comes from a designer. I'm a science teacher of more than 25 years and the author of Early Identification, a faith-filled, crime-thrilling novel that exposes the worldviews in which we live. In the afterword, I challenge church leaders to teach biblical science to their members. The church must accept the role of teaching the scientific evidence that confirms our trust in God. Please use science to fight the godlessness that is being taught in many science classrooms.